Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Donovan Wiley, and today we'll be going over Chapter 12 Career Development Interventions in High School. So, as an introduction, and before we go into depth on our topic, we want to be mindful of the fact that high school students sometimes feel pressure about having clear and concrete plans regarding their future and knowing exactly what they'd like to do when they graduate. Our book refers to a 16-year-old 11th grade student named Ellie who mentions to her counselor that despite having good grades, she still feels behind because her friends have clear, distinct, and mapped out post secondary plans. So, as school counselors, we can redirect these uneasy feelings towards confidence building and encouragement of academic achievement as we help students understand the correlation between academic achievement and career opportunities. While counseling students about careers and post secondary options, it's important to remind them that all students can attend college. However, lower achieving students need to be cautioned about remedial courses that they'll have to take. This is important because students will often express how they feel like college can be time consuming and expensive. We do not want to shy away from the realities of post secondary options, so it's important that lower achieving students know what they will be signing up for if they choose to pursue a college education. We also want to emphasize to students that just because they're planning on going straight to college after graduating does not mean that they shouldn't still be planning or preparing themselves to enter the working world as well. It is also important that we remind students that even though there are many great jobs that will not require a college degree, they will require applicants to have good work habits and interpersonal skills. So, as we discussed earlier, high school students may often express feeling unprepared for life after graduation or anxiety about how uncertain the future can be. One thing we can do as counselors when speaking with students about post secondary and career planning is to redirect their attention from having goals and plans that are set in stone and focus more on the possibilities of the future. Students may sometimes possess the mentality that they will be failures if they do not fulfill certain goals or career aspirations, and often don't really consider the fact that they may change their minds about what they want to do as they get older. While introducing students to alternative mentalities toward careers, we also want to teach students the importance of being workforce ready. There is no one size fits all method for ensuring that students are prepared for post secondary occupations. However, through advocacy and individual counseling, we can ensure that students understand that being workforce ready means that they possess a combination of academic skills, interpersonal skills, and a willingness to engage in lifelong learning. The best way school counselors can advocate for students' career readiness is by educating parents, teachers, administrators, and staff about this developmental process students are going through. We ask that stakeholders remain empathetic towards students who express feelings of nervousness or are unsure about their futures, and we'll also ask stakeholders to remember what it was like when they were in high school. Through this general awareness by all parties, stakeholders and counselors can infuse academic education with career developmental concepts that help students feel more confident and prepared for the next phase of their lives as they enter the professional world. School counselors should also develop working relationships with stakeholders at vocational schools for future collaborations such as field trips or career fairs. And they also want to make sure that these working relationships are established for future referrals as well. While reassuring students that feelings of uncertainty are normal, school counselors also want to help students develop their self awareness as well as help students discover the ability to clarify their roles in life. To assist students with developing higher levels of self awareness, School counselors can return to questions and conversations that students may be familiar with from middle school, and these conversations will revolve around asking students how their time is spent, or how their free time is spent, their personal interests, family values, and their individual accomplishments. By having these conversations during the earlier years of high school, students can begin to see the values that they would like to see played out in their lives, and they can begin to establish their own expectations. It will also be important during these conversations that counselors consider students' cultural backgrounds as well as students' worldviews when advising them. For example, students who come from collectivist cultures will have an entirely different outlook on career development and occupation than those who have more individualistic worldviews. School counselors cannot always assume nor expect that parents or guardians will provide students with all the necessary information pertaining to career options. Websites such as California Career Zone and ONET Online can be valuable resources for students who are looking for as much information that is available about particular careers and their requirements to get hired. These websites can generate interest among students as they will be able to see how much money they can make and information about day-to-day tasks while on the job. However, it is important to remember that just because students may show interest in an occupational field does not mean that they're necessarily career ready. So the main point that we want to continue to drive home is the importance of developing those career ready skills like good work habits and interpersonal soft skills so that we're not selling students dreams by showing them jobs that they're interested in, but they will not be able to successfully obtain. And thank you all for listening and enjoy the rest of your day.